to episode 6 of Weaverdice Vegas. Last time, the Brain Bros tried their hands at heroism. Now we'll see if they can survive the fallout. If you tweet about Weaverdice Vegas with hashtag We've Got Dice, we'll work your name and Twitter handle into the show. And if you become a patron of Doof Media at patreon.com/doofmedia, you can participate in the generation of the powers of the friends and foes of our villainous band. Last time on Weaverdice Vegas.
I turn to the two-way mirror. Have you read the Suicide Squad?
Well, you can't just throw a ball and hit your own animal, right? That's maybe the saddest thing that is possible for a human to do. Do you have a pet?
You don't have to feel guilty about any of this shit.
That's because we have justice on our side.
Exactly.
This is what moral righteousness feels like.
I get down on the ground and I get very, very close to the cylinder, and I just barely tip up the tip of the cylinder. What happens?
Is it just like a huge cracking sound and like a whole bunch of concrete falls off the facade of the building?
And then the doors to the hotel blow open, they're pushed really hard, and Billy materializes and walks in slow motion in a victory stance.
Contact us on those bleepers anytime there's a situation that needs to be handled in a efficient and competent manner. If you find yourself in your usual state of impotence and unable to properly manage the situation.
Basically, there was a lot of hints of betrayal and disillusionment with the high rollers, which led you guys to decide that you're going to kind of spontaneously decide that you're gonna go to the heroes and turn yourselves in or try to be heroes or something. And it wasn't even really a plan; it was just kind of a spontaneous thing. And then the heroes, just for some strange reason that you don't fully understand, having to do with someone behind a one-way mirror, accepted you and put you on a mission, which you were successful at, to everyone's shock. But you've known that Skip is still with the high rollers, and that he was injured badly, and that the person who injured him was actually Helter Skelter.
I called him and warned him at some point, right?
You called
Yes.
You called him and warned him.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so you don't actually, I guess you don't actually know where he is, but you haven't heard back from him.
Gotcha.
So I think it should be said too that while our success as a group with the heroes was group wide, Billy walked out of a hotel room surrounded by cameras and stuff, and was he was definitely very publicly a hero, which probably is not what the heroes wanted to happen, but
nor the villains.
Yes, nobody wanted that to happen.
Nobody wanted this,
Yeah.
but it's not the hero that Las Vegas deserves, but it's the hero that Las Vegas needs.
It might, let's be honest, it might not even be the hero that Las Vegas needs. It's the hero that Las Vegas has.
Yeah. So the three of you are leaving the PRT headquarters. You're heading toward the exit of the PRT headquarters when an unassuming man in a business-like suit and tie moves to stand in your path. And he looks over the three of you coldly and then says, I'm Director Redmond, head of the Las Vegas PRT. My capes tell me that you did all right today.
Fuck yeah, we did. Did you see the news? Wait, this is
yeah.
right after, right? So right
it's,
after. Okay.
It's pretty much right after, yeah. He says, I have my report from the others, and I have seen the news, but I'd like to hear it from your own mouths. Why did you come in today? What was the plan?
Rusty, you wanna?
We found
this one?
we found Rusty very compelling.
Well, mister, this town's in a heck of a state right now, and guess I figured the PRT might be the one to bring it back under control, but now I'm thinking I might have been wrong about all that.
He looks at you skeptically, and then he says, I'm not a very trusting man, Tex. It's a quality that has served me well in my position, particularly in Las Vegas. We lost some good capes to the Endbringer attack last month, some very good paranoid bastards like me. And now the teams are being led by the likes of Radiant and Paragon. Good, upstanding heroes. I'd want them by my side in a battle any day. But this is Las Vegas, fellas. Las Vegas isn't about battles. It's about treachery, scheming, and subterfuge. I understand you guys need to keep the cards close to your chest. So now that you understand where I'm coming from, I'll ask you once more. What was
I
the
look
plan?
over to Rusty and be like, "Is this guy's cape name Paranoid Bastard?"
Well, I think it might be brain fog.
That's pretty cool.
Well, mister, like I was saying, thought y'all might be the ones that could clean up this town, but
You might be.
seems that you're too tied up in your own rules and silly games to take any of the threats around here seriously.
He actually seems a bit offended by that statement. But before it's able to kind of throw him off too much, he actually gets a little bit angry, and he says, "The Loose Cannon's headquarters was destroyed this afternoon while you were running around the strip saving hostages like big heroes. The Jackdaw Sphinx was burned to the ground. We think explosives were involved. We know the High Rollers were involved. And you're telling me that you had no awareness of this, and you're looking me in the eyes right now and telling me that this wasn't some elaborate distraction or con."
Well, as you know, mister, all day we've been running around doing your dirty work for you.
Yeah, look, I was a fucking hero. I saved all
You
those
might
people.
be presuming a level of foresight that we don't really have if you've kind of paid attention to our antics.
He considers that seriously for a moment, and as he pauses, you see off to the side, like through a side door nearby, a cape is being manhandled through the door by a pair of flanking PRT uniforms. He's got a bag over his head and some kind of shock collar type thing around his throat, his wrists, and his ankles. And as they bring him through the door, they pull off the bag, and then if you hadn't recognized him already from his costume, you'd recognize him now. It's Negative. And they kind of like drag him over to like the prisoner intake desk, and one of the uniforms starts filling out forms, and Negative is like looking around, and
Matt, which one was Negative again?
Negative's the one who can phase himself and other people like out of reality. And
Remind me where he was when we last saw him.
I mean, he was part of your attack, actually.
Is that how we got away? We used him?
I think he actually chickened out before
This fucker.
that point. Yeah,
Right.
like his defining character trait is that he's a coward.
Right.
And his power is like phasing out and running away, basically.
Yep, I remember.
I don't remember if you leveraged his power or not, but yeah, he didn't contribute much. Redmond just kind of like, after considering what you said, he says, he kind of points over at Negative, and he says, "They left him behind at the scene. Some dissension in the ranks, maybe? Seen a lot of strange things in this town, but it's a real big coincidence that they happen to pull this off just as you fellas are making your move here. I really put my mind at ease if you could lay things out for me."
Are we
Well-
are we inside the PRT right
he's-
now? Or are we outside?
You're like really close to the exit, but and there's like the intake desk where like literally 10 feet away, Negative is being checked in.
Has Negative seen us?
He's like looking around in kind of an anxious way, and finally, after like maybe an awkward 20 or 30 seconds, he sees you and does like a comical expression of shock. And then he starts like mouthing words and gesturing.
He doesn't have a bleeper, does he?
He might.
I mean, the way you're handing these things out,
Because we still totally have Weaver telepathy.
It's true.
Oh yeah, that thing that broke the game that we did.
I try to like telepath at him. Hey,
Well-
hey negative. Hey.
He just says out loud, "What the fuck?"
Right.
I give him a wink as if like there's a secret plan going on that he's unaware of, and that it's like a reassuring wink. Is Negative's out of earshot there, right?
Yeah.
Toward normal speaking voices. And then I'll say to the agent, we already offered our services around here, but seems we weren't trusted, and now you're trying to get me to tell you a story. So which is it, mister?
There's a criminal gang operating in the city, and they're making power moves. You're a part of that gang, and I was hoping that I could get some transparency if you're actually interested in working with the heroes. But if that's not the case, then look, I don't have time to.
Look, mister, it's like I told Paragon in there. I've been playing both sides this whole time. Now, you tell me what you want me to do.
I see things are getting heated, and I'm like, all right, guys, all right. If we're going to continue this, we need to do it in my office. And I gesture over into a certain direction, and you see there's an office with Paragon written on the door, and it has a piece of paper stuck over it that says brain fog, written hastily.
Well, it seems my young associate here is rather taken with the idea of being a hero. And I've always considered myself to be somewhat heroic in nature.
Dude, I was on TV.
Redman is frustrated, and then his phone rings, and he answers his phone and says, "Director Redman, you're not serious." "Yes, you were right, but this is... I don't like this. No. I don't care what your power says. Master Stranger protocols. I'm coming to your office, and we'll discuss this face to face. In the meantime, the answer is no." And then he hangs up the phone, and he says, "Excuse me, gentlemen, you're free to go, but please don't do anything for a while." And then he just storms off into the building, and you're left there with Negative still like doing like gesturing motions, but trying to do it so that the two guys who are standing next to him don't see. And
this is why the Protectorate can't ever get anything done. All this bureaucracy and rules and paperwork, and it's just a gall darn mess.
Man, I just got here. I'm trying.
Let's go see what Negative has to say. Let's just come on. I walk towards Negative.
Can we take him to my office?
Really, you PR2 guys. Hey, we're heroes, and we need to have a conversation with your captive there.
They you get their attention, so they turn and they look at you, and they look you over, and they look at each other, and they're like, we don't know you. Okay, so basically what's going to happen now is you guys are going to have to make persuasion rolls if you really want to get Negative alone or have a conversation with him or get him out or whatever. So not only do you have to make persuasion rolls, but you have to make like an actually good argument.
Huh.
Which is persuasion again? Is that
social.
wits?
I realize I
Social.
should not be having this
I really wanna get
conversation.
him out.
I turn around.
He's a dang coward.
I'm good at social, and I get +1 to lie, cheat, or act inconspicuous. That's a +2, guys.
That's true.
Yeah.
I got this. I'm really
You
good
have
at
to make
lying.
good arguments still.
All right.
I might
While
need help
they're
with that.
deciding, I try and talk to Negative again through Weeper telepathy. Negative, where did they get you? What's going on?
What the hell's
Stop!
happening?
Don't react. I'm in your head. I'm in your mind. Just what?
You guys need to get me out of here.
What?
I need to tell you something.
Just tell me now.
No, I want you to get me out of here. Why would I tell you now?
If
I
you
want you
tell
to
me
get me out
now,
of here.
we'll get you out of there. Brain fog's really
No,
good at persuasion.
I'm not an idiot. Let me out.
All right, but where'd they get you? What? Help.
Can we hear all this too?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Can they? Okay.
Will somebody just tell me which side I'm supposed to be on?
Y'all just shut up. Negative, why can't you get yourself out of his fix?
So Negative lifts up his cuffs, which are clearly some kind of tinker thing that's probably keeping him from phasing, and he thinks at you, I can't phase out, and I'm not going to tell you the answers to any of your questions, which you need to know for your own safety until you
All
get
right,
out of here.
I feel like he's got to tell us why we need to know before we actually need to know.
All right. Here's the deal. Negative. We'll get you out of there if right after we do, you help us get who. So there's another guy that was captured a while ago that Negative abandoned in a car that does the sticky things. Who's the sticky guy?
Sealed.
Sealed's still locked up in here, and the reason we're here is to try to get him out.
Like the music guy?
So if we get you out of this mess, you get him out, or I best not see you around the 8. What the hell's our bar called?
8 ball, I think. Yeah,
the 8 ball ever again. You smell what I'm stepping in, boy?
Oh, okay. I'll do my best. I don't know what kind of security they have here. I mean, if I can't face
shitty security,
well, that's then okay. Then okay. Yes, that's the good deal. And this whole time that you guys have been talking telepathically, the two guards are like looking back and forth at like you staring at them silently, and then him like gesturing at you.
All right,
fellas.
I'm gonna say in my head to Metric, Metric, you figure out how them cuff gizmos work and see if you can figure out a way to disable them while I distract these guards.
I start scanning furiously.
Well, howdy there, fellas. Y'all have a light for a cigarette?
One of them does by chance.
Oh, well, thank you very kindly,
But this
sir.
is a federal building.
Well, I guess you'll have, if you don't mind, sir, follow me outside a moment to help with the light here.
He kind of looks skeptically.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you bum one of my cigarettes. These are the good stuff here.
He's like, all right, let me just. He lights it for you, and then he hands it to you. He's like, please take it outside. I don't want to get a mark on my permanent record.
Yeah. I'll do that. Say, how long you fellas been working around here? And while I'm doing this,
like obviously scanning
your...
like everything, like looking really intensely at Negatives, like everything.
Just blue lasers shooting out of your visor visibly.
Hey, Rusty. What am I supposed to be doing?
Just look all heroic like. Brain fog, you're doing a great job.
Out of curiosity,
buddy.
Out of curiosity, what did you book this criminal on?
Known member of a gang of
Is that
criminals.
a law to be associated with a gang? No, that was a law.
I think so.
You sure? I continue scanning.
Hey,
Gonna
you boys ever make it out to what is anything near not Las Vegas?
Roll social to see if your distraction is going to continue working.
All right, that's a 2.
One of them is like, well, I enjoy going to the canyon, and the other one's like, hey, Fred, let's get this guy booked. I gotta get lunch or dinner, whatever time of day it is.
Hey guys, did you see me on the news?
Like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't roll that.
Okay. I thought you already.
That
rolled
was Michael,
something.
I think.
Well,
Did I?
well, what was it? What was it, Scott?
It was a
Okay.
1 plus 1.
Okay.
But I'm not actually lying.
Well, then.
but I am acting, so a 3. A 3.
One of them says, "Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, that was you. Oh, amazing." And the other one's like, "Hold up. What are you guys? We need to book this guy." And
Is there how many other people are around before you continue?
there's like,
Are we asking them this? That's not suspicious.
I'm asking
there's
that.
there's somebody like behind the desk that they're checking the perp in at. It's like an office building, so like if there were shouting, people would probably hear from adjacent offices.
Gotcha. All right, continue with what you were going to do.
Okay, any of you can like attempt further persuasion rolls. I mean, Brain Fog used his, but you basically convinced one of the guards that you're on the up and up.
Well, Metric should have had time to investigate the thingy. Has he learned anything about the way the Tinker Tag works?
Roll knowledge.
1 second. I'm looking at my modifiers. Knowledge. Okay, I got a 3.
Okay. And you actually, I believe you have a special something having to do with other people's tech, don't you?
I mean, I can scan tech as an ability, but like, I don't know if it's more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you had an extra thing. I thought
Might
maybe
be
it
if
had to do with
app helps me
with
or something.
with traps or something. Well, anyway, I think it's good enough. It's particularly good enough if you have a skill, which I think you do. So yeah, you basically understand how they work, but like you don't have anything on you that you could just zap them with necessarily.
So how has he learned any way to disable them?
I mean, what you see is that both of the guards actually just have like a little fob that corresponds to the shackles that they can just swipe on them and it unlocks them. So it's actually pretty easy to do. So that
all right. I'm going to hand one of the guard back his. Oh, excuse me, there, man. Let me hand you back your lighter here. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And as I do that, I'm going to try to sleight of hand, swipe the fob across the one of Negative's wrists or something like that.
This is such a bad idea.
Okay. Roll dexterity.
Okay. 6.
Okay. I'm gonna try a thing.
I mean, what happens immediately after when the guy notices that the guy is out of cuffs?
So yes. So
well, Negative doesn't have to run right now.
So like 6 as in a natural 6 or just like
natural
okay.
6. I don't have any bonuses.
So there's an audible beep. And then Negative looks at looks at you and then looks at the guards and then disappears. And the guard
Whoa!
Gotta watch out for those Trump heroes. They'll always get you.
Holy shit, Fred, what did you do?
Whoa.
Where's your fob, Fred?
Oh,
Shit.
Oh man, y'all are going to be in a lot of trouble. I don't want to be any part of
perp
this.
must have got it.
I guess it's time that we were heading out. Come on, boys.
We should probably let Paragon know. Just to let him know that these guys failed.
Sir,
oh, he's gonna know.
Sir, we'll handle that. We'll inform Mr. Paragon. You just you guys just go enjoy your afternoon. Don't worry about it. We'll handle this. Shit, God, oh my God, we're fired. We're so fired.
All right, I try and telepath Negative again. Hey, where are you? What's the deal?
Meet me outside.
Why is he talking like that?
All right, we'll meet you at my truck. You hide in the truck bed.
Okay.
Hey, Rusty, are we done with the hero thing? Because I mean, I was on the TV.
Yeah, well, I know brain fog, but every once in a while, heroes got to do what a hero's got to do. Does that make any sense, boy?
Yes.
You think about what I said. All right, and let's go out to the truck.
Okay. Okay, so you are, I guess, without any incident, you reach your truck, and he's already sitting in the back of the truck, even though it was locked.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, before we go on, I need to know where my dudes are.
Okay, well,
I forgot about my dudes. I know one of them is kind of brain dead.
Didn't you leave one of them in the truck the whole time?
I guess one of them still. Still sitting in the truck, yeah. The other one was going on a mission for me. I guess he's not back yet. Or was he back? I don't remember what we said last time.
I think he was on his way back, but I don't think he was back.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was just like last night, basically, that happened, I think.
So in this scenario, Negative is sitting in the truck next to Justin.
I thought Justin ended up in custody of the PRT.
Sure.
And as far as you know, he's still there. And you could have asked Redmond where he was actually, but I think now you're not going to get any more information about that at this point.
I don't know if that's really on the top of Billy's mind right now.
Fair
They'll
enough.
probably let him go.
Yeah. Even though he's a vegetable now.
Yeah.
Look, he's my best friend. Don't say mean things to my best friend.
Sorry.
All right, Negative. What the hell happened?
God, I know I asked for this, but on second thought, I'm not sure you did me a favor. I don't want to be out here right now. Snake Eyes has just gone off the deep end. He blew up the Loose Cannon's headquarters. I'm not a fighter. You know what my power is good for? Getting the hell out of places.
But why do you think he's gonna hurt you?
Well, okay, for one thing, I was there. You know, we snuck up on the place. I feel something hit the back of my head, and I wake up in those tinker cuffs with the PRT standing over me. So you put 2 and 2 together, I'm pretty sure that I was thrown under the bus there.
4.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Now, I'll tell you something else. Your pal Skip, he's they've got him like locked up in a cage as far as I can tell.
Wait, which they? The Snake Eyes?
Our damn gang. I don't know what the hell's happening. It's like what's that Shakespeare play where everybody gets stabbed? That's the one.
That's pretty much all of them, Negative.
10 things I hate about you.
Yeah. Look, if I were you guys, I would lay low and whatever Snake Eyes is doing, let him finish his little coup or consolidation of power or whatever it is, because I'm going to stay the hell out of it.
We leave the gang alone for one fucking day to go be heroes, and everything goes to shit.
Alrighty, Negative. Well, that's your prerogative, and we'll get you out of here like we said we were going to. But first, you got to go in there and get out sealed for us. We don't leave a man behind, no matter what's happening up top.
Ah, shit. All right. Look. Okay, fine.
You won't be in any danger unless you phase back into them cuffs.
Why don't you roll social?
2.
You beat him, and so you can tell that he is lying and planning on phasing out and then just fucking off.
Do I know that, or just Rusty?
Let's just say that. Let's just say that Negative's just a really bad liar, actually. So it was just really obvious that he's lying.
All right. Well, we'll watch you. That weeper you got on you. We're gonna watch you, so we'll make sure. So just go ahead
look here, man. Once you pick up that bleeper once, Metric's in your mind for good.
It's terrifying.
He looks like way more frightened than that should make him, almost as if being followed and watched is some kind of pathology for him. All right. Oh shit. Okay. All right. Just please don't hurt me. And he
now go in there and get our friend out.
Okay. So he phases out. And I guess just time passes, and you guys can have a conversation if you want, or we can just skip that.
Well, I hope he comes back.
You know, I can't actually track him with the bleepers. He might just run away, but
and all he has to do is drop it.
Hey, Metric?
Yeah.
Why is the sky blue?
Do you actually want to know, Billy? Like, I'd be happy to talk about why the sky's blue.
Yeah.
It's kind of complicated. It has to do with how light scatters in the upper atmosphere. But
boring.
Oh, okay. I just look like absolutely crestfallen, even though you can't see my face at all.
Whole posture is just folded over. Surprising.
Okay, did I get enough time?
Yes. Surprisingly, shortly after, two people appear in the back of your truck, and they are sealed and negative.
What's up?
All right.
Yo! Thanks for getting me out of there.
Well, never leave a man behind. That's what my pappy always used to say. Buckle up, boys.
What's been happening? We gonna go finish that assault on the Sphinx? What's it called?
No, we're the good guys now.
What?
I
What?
think.
You just broke me out of the.
That ain't true at all. Well, here's the
I'm so
situation,
confused.
Sealed. We done blew up the Loose Cannon's headquarters, but seems along the way there's been some sort of power play within the High Rollers, and Negative here got the short end of it, and so did my good pal Skip, and I suspect you might have been some part of the offering up too. So Negative here is probably going to be disappearing here, but the rest of us are going to try to set things straight. Where do you fall in all this?
Well, I'm sitting here in the car with you guys, and you guys are all pretty strong capes, so I don't think I'm going to say anything other than I'm on board with whatever you guys are in for.
Well, that's exactly what I expected from you, Sealed.
And Negative is actually like cowed and like hunched it down, and he's believed your statement about the Weeper, so you just from like his body language, you anticipate that he'll actually just like follow along with you like a dog.
All right.
The brain bros are just crushing minds one person at a time.
I into his mind, I whisper, "Good job, Negative."
he flinches and starts shaking a little bit.
So the Weepers work within how many 100 feet or something?
100 feet of the app.
Within 100 feet of app. So yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of which, you guys are all just kind of sitting in the truck, and there's a sudden shimmer in the air near you, and a low hum outside of the car. And the drone decloaks. He says something, but you can't hear him because the windows are up.
Somebody, I like roll down the window. What app? What's going on?
And it's one of those hand crank windows. There's no automatic windows, just for the record.
Hello, sir.
It's very important to set the scene.
Such an invigorating mission, if I do say so myself. It was especially thrilling to be personally involved in the murder of that tinker.
Yes, app.
Wait, you killed some dude?
He sort of died
that's,
with
just
us, technically.
Bit of a hyperbolization of the actual situation at hand, but
Look, it was a complicated
I just
ethical dilemma.
I saved like 30 dudes by myself. You killed a dude.
And in so doing,
well, one way of saying it would be we let a man die, but another way of saying it would be we let the world keep on existing.
I feel like that's the part that I did.
Well,
look, okay,
it's all
we'll
not
deal
on
with this
scale, I
later.
suppose.
App, yes.
Sir, I intercepted some information, which after some reflection, I have come to suspect you may find valuable.
Well, out with it then.
This recording was taken from the PRT local network, which I was able to hack into under my own initiative.
Oh, excellent.
And allow me to play it for you. Redmond didn't go for it. Oh, Christ. Did somebody tip him off? I don't think so. He's just a paranoid son of a bitch. I have another idea I can try. How do they keep evading everything? I don't have any idea. I think they had help. What do you mean they had help? And why would it matter if they had help? You said this was a done deal. Clearly something went wrong. Something interfered with my read. A Trump power, maybe, or another thinker. I'm not infallible. Now that I know there was interference, I can hunt down the person who interfered, and we can stop them from doing it again. More important question. Did you handle the briefcase? Yeah, I did. It won't be a problem. I did my job. Oh, This is a disaster. They're supposed to be dead. And now they're, what, protectorate deputies? It's fine. Don't worry. They've slipped the snare once, but they'll be back. And when they return, we'll make sure they don't escape again. You just make sure you keep up your part of the deal. And then it cuts out.
Do we recognize any of the voices?
You all get to roll and see if you recognize any of the voices individually.
Oh, what fun. All right. I got a 5.
Wait, what are we rolling for that?
Knowledge. or social, actually. Pick whichever one is higher. That's fine.
I'm going to do social.
And does App know who any of them are?
App doesn't know who any of them are.
Okay.
I got a 2,
okay.
Matt.
Yeah,
2.
Got a 1.
So Rusty recognizes 2 of them, actually, because his role is good enough. He recognizes the one voice which my voice acting may or may not have conveyed was a third person who only said one line, which was eyes and ears saying, "This is a disaster. They're supposed to be dead." And now they're protectorate deputies. And the other voice, which was the growly, strained voice that hurt my throat, was intercept.
Wait, wasn't Eyes and Ears the nice lady that we played a game with?
Yes.
Aw.
And Rusty knows who intercept is, but you guys don't. And it's up to Rusty if he wants to share that knowledge or not.
Well, I don't have anything.
Man, it sucks to be whoever those guys they're talking about are, right? Wouldn't want to be them.
Suppose you all recognized our good friend Eyes and Ears in that tape. What did she say?
Yes, I definitely did.
What was her part in that thing again?
She said, this is a disaster. They're supposed to be dead, and now they're, protectorate deputies?
Okay, yeah, that's right. And the guy with the Batman-y voice, that was Intercept. Yeah. Okay.
What's going on?
It seems
Tex?
like this conspiracy goes all the way to the top, boys.
What does that mean?
It means that this is a my words fail me. I don't know what's going on, frankly.
Were they talking about us?
I think they might have been.
Just, as an editorial aside, Michael, do you remember who Intercept is, or do I need to IM you to remind you? Okay. Yeah.
I do remember who Intercept is. I just don't. Rusty doesn't see a reason to explain the whole backstory.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean,
you weren't meant to be able to puzzle out everything from this. I just
Yeah.
I suppose we could go do a police action on Eyes and Ears, try and figure out what's going on here.
I mean, I think the basic thing is like we can't stay at the station. It seems like we don't have friends anywhere.
The PRT has definitely been infiltrated by some nefarious sorts. And then again, so has our own organization.
Except for maybe the director guy? Seems like he might be okay.
Redmond?
Yeah, the paranoid bastard turns out to be good.
Yeah. Well, he seemed like he might be a man of some modicum of integrity. App, could you forward this and could you transcribe this into a letter and send it to Redmond?
I believe so. I do not appreciate taking the role of secretary, but I will comply in this particular case.
Is there any way to send this electronically?
I believe I can access the public internet, although I have not been given explicit permission due to some completely unfounded concern on the part of my creator.
It's probably not a good idea if he has access to the internet.
Metric, what's going on with you not letting our friend App here onto the old interweb?
It's not worth getting into. He is not allowed on the internet, and that is final.
Well,
what year is it again? I can't remember.
2005.
It's 2005.
So Rusty, you're experiencing a lot of uncertainty. I think some more information might do you good.
Well, I've been wanting to. What I was going to do anyway is I want to go near the 8-ball with app and see if we can reach Skip on the telepathy to see if he's in there somewhere, since he didn't reply to the text tweet.
Okay. You can try that real quick, yeah. So,
all right, we'll go to like we'll park a little bit of ways and make our way, semi-stealthily, like close enough to see if we can. Or actually, we don't have to. App can just go up invisibly and fly around, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, App, we have a special mission for you.
yes, sir.
Where is Skip being kept again? Just at the 8-ball headquarters?
Yeah, you don't really. Negative says. I mean, if you're asking him, he's like,
yeah.
I don't really know. They took him into the back.
Back.
I mean, Snake Eyes has that whole like area back there.
Yeah, he's got that whole dungeon thing going on.
And, man, I'm getting antsy, guys. Getting close to that place right now. I don't think. I mean, I'm pretty sure he saw what you guys did. On the news. I'm pretty sure he's not like in the best mood right now.
Well, I mean, we don't have to get in. Okay, come on, App. We're gonna drive near about 2 blocks away, and you're gonna do your little cloak thing and float on top of the 8-ball and see if you can talk to Skip.
He can't telepathically talk to.
Well, okay, but like
there would have to be.
He'll be a
You would have to be within 100 feet of him, and he would have to be within 100 feet of Skip.
All right, we'll try. We'll try that.
Get pretty close to the building, actually.
Yeah,
we'll do a drive by.
Not very far, actually.
We'll do it. We'll try a drive by.
Okay, you try to
several
drive by
drive-bys.
in your conspicuous blue truck with one door.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm not afraid.
Okay.
We'll just park outside.
All right. So you approach. The place has like all of the cars parked out front that you recognize as being like every gang member. And I guess you try to contact Skip.
Yep.
You just don't get any contact.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Let's keep on driving.
All right.
Okay.
No, we parked.
Oh, we parked. All right. Well, what can't get. He probably doesn't have his bleeper anymore. If that's the case.
Well, brain fog. I think that we got a job for you.
What up? Let's do it.
There's a man potentially in need of your help.
I guess Negative could help also. Probably.
All right, who am I fucking with?
Good. I need you to go all invisible like and head back to them dungeons we was in before and see what you see along the way.
Got it. Boom. And then I'm
Okay.
yes.
Negative.
Wait,
Go help him out.
Are we there?
Guys, I am not up for this. Look, they know.
All
guys,
right, Negative.
Hey, they know our powers, guys. Do you think they? I'm pretty sure they knocked me out and left me to be captured. They're not gonna put a guy in a cell. Oh my god! If you didn't have this thing in my brain,
Guys?
I would just run away right now.
I'm going. Bye.
All right, the rest of us are going to walk on in there.
Okay.
So am I like going in the main door? How am I getting there? I'm gonna be honest. Billy doesn't remember how to get to the dungeon part of the hideout.
You go up the stairs into Snake's office.
Check.
And then it's like there's a door in there.
I'm gonna
Got
go
it.
ahead and give everything a scan really quick because I can do that.
I think because Billy's the only one that's on TV.
Do I see anything on my scan?
I'm gonna. While this is going on, me and Sealed and Metric are gonna go in, and I'm gonna say Negative. You hide out somewhere nearby for now, because they definitely will get suspicious if they see you.
Yeah. yeah, all right. I guess I'm gonna peace out. Pretty sure you guys are gonna die, so I'm just gonna go home, I guess. And yeah, it's nice knowing you.
What do I see
Why
on
do
my
you think we're gonna die, Negative?
Look, he's got the whole gang in there. He's look, it's just a vibe, all right? Like he's got that creepy assassin guy next to him all the time. And
Actually, he has a point. I mean, we could just like call the fuzz if the entire gang is here. That like doesn't happen very often, does it?
Well, they know where our headquarters are. I don't know why they never arrested no one before. It's because they got all these seedy deals going on in the background.
Why don't we just tell our director guy about it? I mean, he can probably get some like protectorate people here to do something.
it's almost like you need more information before going in there.
I try to scan the building really quick.
I really think Matt's trying to tell us not to do this.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Just
getting the feeling
FYI.
of too.
Let me scan the building. What do I see in my scan?
I mean, first of all, your range is not far enough to like see too far into the building, but I guess you get like a slice of like the front half of the pool room, and I don't think you really have the ability to like distinguish individuals. You just see like a bunch of humans inside the building, and you see a strange amount of tinker stuff kind of that just makes very little sense to you. Like there's one large tinker machine like dead center in the middle of the pool hall. From this distance you can't really make anything out other than that it's obviously tinker made, and it's large. It's maybe like 8 foot by 8 foot cube. And then there's a few other like tinker odds and ends that are around the place that you've never noticed before, and you've been in there plenty of times, so you would notice.
All right, I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Let's just stick the fuzz on him for now, and go do some intel gathering. How does that sound for everybody?
Well,
Unfortunately, Billy is already gone. No, I'm just kidding. He's just hanging out outside, floating around outside.
through the grapevine, there's supposedly a cape called Fortune Teller who will give people true predictions in exchange for you telling her a personal secret.
That's interesting. I didn't think that's how powers worked, but you never know with these thinker things. I look really nervous.
I think it's more of a kind of gimmick she likes to do more than anything.
What if we don't have any secrets at
Yeah,
all?
yeah. What if that?
Well, I don't know.
I'm an open brain book.
Because like I definitely don't have any secrets.
Well, neither do I, of course.
Seems like we get free fortunes.
Yeah, well, I guess we could go get our fortune told, as seeing as we don't have any other way to entertain ourselves in the foreseeable future.
Metric starts sweating through his mask.
Look, all I know is I was a hero, and then you guys told me I couldn't be a hero anymore. And then someone else told me someone was trying to kill me. And now I just wanted to be told where to go.
Sure.
And the lady that I was going to get to help me with my shit isn't even good anymore.
Now, who is this lady again?
The board game lady.
Well, we could pay her a visit, too. I'm a bit...
Why are we going to visit all the people that are trying to kill us?
Well, that's a good question. I mean... I think Negative might have the right idea about this whole situation.
Just leave? That's the end of the story. We left. We leave Vegas.
I mean,
We did it.
All right, I think what we need to do... Now, here's the plan. Here's what's going on here. Once upon a time, we considered ourselves somewhat law-adjacent, would be the phrasing I would use.
Yep. Word.
And those, members of our family seem to have proven themselves disloyal. And according to Negative, they're all waiting inside this very building to kill us. Now,
Yep.
we also, as of recently, had a little bit spent a little bit of time being heroes. And it seems that a couple of those people tried to kill us too.
Wildly successful though, like crazy.
I don't know. I don't know if I would classify the heroes that tried to kill us as being heroes, though. That seems more villain-like, if you ask me.
Well, that's, I suppose, hero, villain. What are we all but human, corruptible souls in the end?
Yeah, let's just get into a fucking moral debate because that's what this podcast needs more of.
But here is what we need to do at this juncture. When you find yourself surrounded by enemies, the enemy of your enemy is your friend.
Is that really true?
That is true in this case. So we have ourselves a mutual person who was betrayed. I say we set up a meeting with Redland, and we try to get all of our enemies taken out of the picture, all of our mutual enemies taken out of the picture with our combined resources all at once.
I mean, guess that works.
Sure, he seemed legit, I guess.
Do we have a
Yes.
way to contact him?
Well, he had an office over at the PRT headquarters somewhere or
I
another.
feel like they're going to be upset if we go back there right now.
We did just like spring some people out of jail, and then like there's other people there. And
Well, there's
someone said the
no-
word trap.
Evidence that was us.
I mean, that's true.
Could we just get his phone number?
I guess so. Hey, app. I rolled down the window again. App.
Yes, sir.
You don't have the internet. Never mind. What did you happen to scan the director's phone number in your activities in your intercepted traffic? Was it in like an email footer or something?
Metric, didn't you
No, sir.
make some sort of device that can answer any question?
Yeah, but look, it's in kind of a rolling pre-beta right now. It's not quite ready for that level of natural language parsing.
I see.
Only there was someone who could give you some information about what's going on.
Can we just fucking go to the fortune teller so we can advance the plot? I mean, like,
Well, I don't
I understand
know.
you want to get a character motivated reason for it, but
Yeah.
we're just sitting here on our hands.
Because there's nothing. You know, Rusty's not just going to ask someone else to tell him what to do with his life. He needs a problem to solve with specific information he needs to get.
The
right?
problem to solve is your best friend is in an enemy fortress, and you can't get him out because you'll die.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll
Now
go
say
to
that
the
in
damn fortune teller.
I can't. Billy's too stupid to put that together. I can't.
I don't know, it just seems very primal. It's almost the kind of reasoning that I had imagined that you guys would jump to immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're underplaying how much we like Skip here because we like him.
Yeah,
He's been good to us.
he's your literal lifelong best friend. and he's
Okay.
badly wounded with a knife through his ribs.
Okay. All right. So my motivation in the scene is that I want to find out where Skip is.
Okay, all right.
And how to help him. Yeah.
Okay.
So, in character, I think, buddy, that you should be more worried about Skip in character.
Oh, I'm worried about Skip. It's just a lot of things to process at the moment. Young brain fog.
I mean, I
All
guess
right.
we could.
This is what happens when we take 2 months off is we forget who our characters
Well, and I
actually
forget
care
how to
about.
make a campaign. Anyway,
No, you're fine. You're
all
fine.
right. Okay.
All right. We're going to drive to Fortune Teller's house.
Okay.
Oh, great. Hope we have some really delicious secrets in the
All right,
in the backseat
Really
there.
interested to see how much of this we're going to leave into the episode.
Yeah,
Ding dong.
this will be fun. So you drive to a low-end residential area past endless rows of shabby, dilapidated apartment buildings. Rusty pulls off at a particularly seedy-looking area, and he parks. And you can see a neon sign over a door of a walk-up apartment on the second floor, which reads "Fortune Teller" in cursive letters.
I think that's the fortune teller.
Well, I believe you're right.
So I guess all of you, including Negative and Sealed, are going to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, Billy is
sure,
not worried about the secret thing at all.
Okay.
Yep, we'll just all go up.
Okay. So you all file in the door, and the inside of the apartment is lit only by candlelight. The walls are covered in heavy red drapes, and as you walk in, you realize there's a woman seated at a small table behind a crystal ball, and there are 5 chairs set out in front of her. And she says, come in. I've been expecting you, and don't worry about the vase." And one of you turns and nudges the vase by the door, and it wobbles, but then it just doesn't fall over, and it's fine. And then she just smiles.
Oh, take off my hat as I enter the room.
I think we need to pause to appreciate that reference and just everyone give Matt a pat on the back.
What
That was legitimately great.
what reference did I miss?
It was from The Matrix. God, you guys suck.
I definitely got the reference.
Well, thank you.
Definitely.
You should have been more audible about it.
I was snickering to myself.
But,
Wait,
but the vase didn't fall over, remember?
So
Yeah,
now
that's
we're in
the
the goddamn
joke.
Matrix? This is getting more complicated by the
There's
second.
layers.
Had The Matrix come out? What year is it? again?
Matrix?
Yeah, The Matrix is out.
Yeah,
Long out.
Matrix came out.
Yeah. Maybe she's just a
All right.
fan.
Well, thanks for Commodity. Good to have I ever seen her
No.
before?
Well, okay, so
All right.
so do you think Rusty would have ever gone to this person before? That's kind of
Probably
the
not.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What
Well,
up,
howdy
magic
there,
lady?
Miss Fortune Teller. We come, as you probably have predicted, to ask you some information.
Yes. So the way this works, if you're not familiar, is you tell me a dark, painful secret, and I will give you a prophecy, fortune, prediction, however you choose to see it. They're always true, but sometimes require interpretation. So we'll begin with the
Well,
secret,
ain't that
and then we'll go from there.
always the
There are other
case?
possibilities.
All right. Well, who wants to go first here in our little therapy session?
I'm out. I'll do it. Let's go.
Okay. And she knows your name. She says, Billy, go ahead.
All right. This is really hard. But one time, I missed a tackle on purpose. I was just really tired, and I just didn't feel like running.
She looks at you, and then she like half-heartedly kind of like flips over a tarot card and doesn't look at it, and says, I see a good parking spot opening up for you in the future. Do you have anything else for me?
I don't know, man. I think. I mean, I know I have the secret. I just don't feel like he's just gonna be like, okay, here's this thing that happened.
I'm just
to
like
me.
sweating intensely in the background.
Metric. You seem to be perfectly at ease here in this
Yeah,
situation. Do you have anything to share?
Look, I took out a loan, okay? Look, you don't understand wealth. Wealth isn't something you ask for. It's not something that is doled out. It's not even something that's earned, which is an embarrassingly upper middle class illusion if we're being honest here. Wealth is dynastic. It's old. Where I come from, if you haven't had it for 20 generations, you don't even get told about the door, let alone in it. If you happen to come across something that you think makes you worthy, it's because you've been allowed to, or because those that have wealth think you're amusing. You see, you don't ask people for money and you don't get in debt. Why would you need a loan if you're wealthy? You wouldn't.
She
When he just starts to do this thing, you gotta just kind of just tune him out.
so she leans back and closes her eyes for a second, and then she says, If you return to the court of light tonight, you will not all escape with your lives. If you return to the court of darkness tonight, your lives will all be changed.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Well, the court of darkness. I guess that would be the 8 ball.
Metric starts sweating even more intensely. Okay, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Doesn't make any sense.
I guess it's my turn since this has all been fairly unhelpful thus far. Here's a good one for you. I've got my parents chained up in a storage container buried in my backyard.
Wait.
What do I get for that one?
She doesn't react like this is shocking or anything. And she says, "Before the end of this night, one of you will be caged, but not by the jailer."
Well, I have to admit that I am unsatisfied with my experience here this evening.
All right, guys. I guess I don't have a choice. I'll tell you my secret. It's not going to be good, guys. You guys might want to, cover your ears and stuff. Maybe your eyes, your nose.
Out with it there, brain fog. There's nothing you have to say here before us upstanding gentlemen that we'd ever hold against you.
So you know my power, right? It, fucks with people's brains.
Yeah, we're all aware.
Their memories. Well, I just got it, and I didn't, know how it works. And, something really bad happened, and I just wanted to get it out of my girlfriend's mind. And everyone's mind, and I put something else in there. Something real bad. I wanted everyone to forget it, and I saw myself just killing them all. And so I put that in there. Put that in her brain. And it wouldn't get out of there. Are you happy now, you stupid lady?
I pat him on the back reassuringly.
Okay. She says, "In this last day, you've had help from 2 quarters, from the court of dark and the court of light. Both of the ones who have helped you put themselves at great risk to do so. I see knives all around both of them, closing in as we speak."
Well, that was fucking wasted.
Metric's like shaking in place.
She turns to Negative. Negative looks startled, like he didn't expect to be called on. But then he looks at you guys, and then he starts speaking as if he's just needed to get this off his chest forever. And he says, I used to live in this this group house. You know the deal, 10 people living in a 3-bedroom house to save on rent. I really just wanted to make friends. I was lonely, so I thought maybe if I lived packed in like sardines with other people, that they would have to be my friends. But it didn't work out that way. The cliques, were already formed when I got there, and it just made things worse for me. It was like I was invisible, like I was just moving through the world like a ghost. And then one day, there was a fire, and, it was a group house, so it was a piece of shit. We were all trapped inside. And I got a power. And I left. And I didn't try to save any of them. And to this day, I don't know if it's because I was afraid for my life, or if it's because I wanted them to die. And,
Fuck. I thought mine was bad.
fortune.
Well, Negative, we've all got demons in our past, and that's something we all share. And well, shared experiences are what make friends friends. So if it means anything to you, I call you my friend.
And you can't see his face because he has a mask, but he shakes as if he might be sobbing slightly.
Well, my thing was totally made up, so sucks for you.
So this one, the fortune teller says to him, specifically to him, like you get the feeling with the other ones, she's been like addressing the prophecies to like the group and your shared goals, but she says to him, the one you've seen following you in the darkness needs your help. And he's been like shaking because like he seems like he was crying, but when he hears that, he just like freezes and like rocks back in his seat like he's stunned by something. And then she just completely ignores Sealed.
Oof. All right, Metric.
All right. It's not a loan.
Hey,
it's
hey,
not.
buddy?
I didn't
Buddy?
really care about the loan. It's just sometimes you got. I may have deliberately destroyed Frederick Withercomb's life. You know how when you're in preparatory kindergarten and the coils of mortality haven't really wrapped their thorns around your amygdala yet, when you're just existing.
We've all been there.
Because you don't yet have a reference for how you should be or how you should feel or how you should act. But there's these other kids that seem to figured out some kind of pattern in the world that you can't quite suss out, and you just want to know what they're seeing, like, well, why they're happy all the time. So it kind of started small at first, just kind of turn his juice box when he wasn't looking, or move his backpack, or move the things around in his backpack, or like sharpen his pencil, or swap orange juice for milk, or rotate his chair just a little bit, or swap his pencil for a different pencil.
All right, you're losing the thread of the story here, Metric.
I just wanted to see a response. I didn't want to know how he had felt like, so I had to break it, so to take his routine apart, but I just didn't. He broke in 104 days. They never suspected it was me, of course. I was the model student, but he never recovered. And Metric collapses.
Well, that doesn't seem so bad.
So does that clear up the prophecies, or
She says, battle will be necessary today, but it will not be by your own strength that you succeed.
hey, hey guys, anybody been writing these down? No?
Nope.
Cool.
And then she says, sometimes this happens. Okay, I'm just telling you how I receive them, but there is another tier of my services, if you understand what I mean. And many people don't get to find out about this.
We're not interested in that kind of service.
Oh, Tex.
Oh, like sex?
If you will give me some of your power for just a day, then perhaps things will become more clear on the second round.
fuck does that mean?
I don't think that sounds very useful. So, we will bid you adieu.
Oh, very well. I guess I should have seen that coming.
I stand up and I hand her a bleeper. Here, you can have some of my power, of course.
Thank you. I'm sure this will come in handy. I'm certain it will.
Yeah, that's pretty
Hey,
creepy.
before we go, no to the power thing, by the way. Can you just repeat all that stuff you said?
Of course. I remember every prophecy I've ever given.
It's convenient.
Yes, it's a pretty weak power overall, but okay, so
Okay, give me Billy's
prophecy was, you've had help from two quarters, from the dark court and from the light. Both of the ones who have helped you have put themselves at great risk to do it, and there are knives all around both of them closing in even now.
Knives. Oh.
All right. Well, I think I get the gist of it.
Wait.
You do?
Yep. You haven't figured it out?
No, I have. I just was testing you. Why don't you just let the rest of the audience know?
All right. Well, I'm not sure who's light and who's dark in all this, but I do know that our success in our last mission was largely due to the influence of our good friend Hex.
That's true.
And I suspect she's in danger from the shadowy figures that we intercepted the communications from earlier today.
Cool. What was Rusty's prophecy again?
Rusty's prophecy was, before the end of this night, one of you will be caged, but not by the jailer.
Well, we'll deal with that when we get to it.
What were both of
Metrics
metrics?
were metric is Chad. If you return to the court of light, you will not escape with your lives. If you return to the court of darkness, your lives will all change.
Well, guess we're not going to the.
What's number 2?
Battle will be necessary, but it will not be by your own strength that you succeed.
All right. Well,
So we gotta go to the bad place. We gotta bring some strength. Just not us.
a negative. I feel like who's this shadowy figure who's been following you?
He flinches and then maybe you have to roll social on this one because he's pretty freaked out about this.
I'm gonna do it. I'm the best at socials.
Okay, I just rolled it, but
Okay, well, I got
Okay,
a 6.
then you-
So,
oh, perfect.
Say
Boom.
something convincing for role playing sake.
oh, shit. This is what he's bad at.
Hey, negative.
Yeah.
I feel you with that story, man. You heard mine. That's some rough shit.
Thanks,
buddy.
bro. All right.
We need your help.
There's
You gotta let us know what's going on.
I don't know what this has to do with anything, but there's I spend a lot of time in my world, I call it. It's just like this one, but I mean it's a bit different. And it's all mine, and you don't get in there unless I bring you in there. But sometimes things are moved. Sometimes I turn around and I think I see somebody, but then they disappear. And one time, I swear to God, I saw somebody's face, and it was a kid. It's just a kid, and it scared the shit out of me. Because nobody's supposed to be in there. And before I could chase her down, I mean, I think it was a girl. Before I could chase her down, I turned a corner, she was gone, and it's to be honest, it's kind of been wigging me out because I don't know what it means. And now she tells me that the one that's been following me needs my help. That's a scary thought to me.
What did she look like?
She feral is a word that I'll use. She looked like she hadn't had a bath in her whole life. Like ragged clothes. I mean, that's why I say I'm not sure what the gender was even. It just kind of scary and feral looking.
All right. Well, first thing we should do is maybe round up Hex, since I'm pretty sure she's in trouble.
Sweet. Sounds good
You
to
guys
me.
leaving?
All right, let's do
We're
it.
gonna leave.
Before you leave, Negative says, I need to understand more. I need to understand what that means. Fortune teller, I'll take the second deal. And you don't see anything happen visibly. And then she says, you will need to be brave.
We're fucked.
And this hits him like a hammer to the face, and it's like his whole world is upside down, and he just kind of like staggers after you as he leaves. It's hit him so hard that he doesn't even like. It's obvious to you that he's not even thinking about the fact that he's lost some power and like you don't know what that means.
UK negative?
I don't know what to do.
Did you get a vision or something?
No, that's not me.
She just told you to be brave.
Yeah, that's not me.
That was it.
I mean, that seems like just do it. Just be brave.
And he looks at you, Billy, like you just said like some utterance of the Buddha. And then he nods like firmly to himself. He says, "All right, let's go."
All right, we're in this now.
Y'all, I'm so fucking wise.
I pat Billy on the back.
All right. Where do the wards all live at the PRT headquarters?
No, generally speaking, they live with their families if they have families. And if they
Gotcha.
don't have families, then then maybe they would live in some kind of foster situation. But yeah, I don't think they would live at the PRT headquarters.
What time is it?
So it's a good question because basically, you dealt with the hostage situation like all afternoon, and so now it's getting into the evening hours. I would say that like quitting time has kind of just rolled over. Sun's starting.
Okay,
to go down.
we're gonna head over to the PRT headquarters and see if we can camp out from across the street and maybe catch Hex as she's going home.
Okay.
Since we don't want to enter because that means death potentially, according to prophecies.
Okay.
Word.
All right. So let's just say that you do that, and from a DMing perspective, how does one determine whether a certain person leaves a building before or after a certain time?
I think it's just up to you.
Yeah. Let's.
I think you just. I think it's called making it
making
up.
shit up.
You can do whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So you're camping out, just like what? So it's a office complex building. So where are you situating yourselves exactly?
We're just like parallel parked across the street a ways or something.
Okay.
Just so we have a viewpoint of people leaving.
Okay. So let's see. Yeah, you see a bunch of people leaving. You see a bunch of like, security guard looking men, some of them wearing PRT uniforms, some of them in civilian clothes, like maybe they just showered and changed back into their civvies and they're walking around, and then every once in a while you'll see someone who looks more like an office worker leaving. But I guess the best way to do this is you all are just gonna have to roll a let's see, I guess it would be wits probably, to see if you are noticing people who might be capes out of costume. That's pretty much the only way you would find her. She's not going to be leaving in costume.
Yes, but she was also like an underage girl.
Right. True. I mean, yeah.
So we've got a pretty good. We know basically who the wards are going to be.
Yeah, that's probably fair. So
I got a 5 because I'm so witty.
okay, I think that's probably good enough. So after like a good 40 minutes of waiting, which is really kind of starting to wear on everyone because of all the prophecy and doom and heavy emotions and confessions, and everyone's just sort of.
Yeah, I should say that Billy's like. I mean, he was joking around a little bit. He's not doing so good. That was actually pretty tough on him.
Yeah, like Metric has like a 1,000-yard stare right now.
Well, we're defined not so much by our past, but by who we might become.
Hey, we're gonna circle back to that whole parents in the buried in a container thing once
we?
this whole thing's done.
Yeah, well, there's a good reason for that. It's really for their own good and the good of people of the city. For you see, they aren't really so much my parents anymore as mindless, flesh-eating zombies.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
It's fucking
But I think I see our young friend Hex coming out.
Yes, you do.
We're just like all like every one of us just fucking destroyed someone, and we're just like really casual about it.
Well, I've had a lot of time to process it, and, they really aren't my parents anymore.
Yeah, my girlfriend's not exactly herself anymore either.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's both on us.
Metric is just silent in the backseat.
You took out a loan.
It wasn't.
Well, and he destroyed old Frederick Whittleberg.
This stupid
With
name
their
anyway.
the loan wasn't even a big deal. It wasn't. It doesn't even matter really.
You got like a legit prophecy for
I
it.
lost it all anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
let's let
so you
bygones be bygones.
Are we gonna?
yeah, you
how are
should
we gonna do
probably
this
have like an
inconspicuously?
actual plan for this, because just like if she's out of costume and like a car full of villains drives up next to her, she's not going to be like, "Hey guys."
Oh, I have an idea.
All right.
I have an
Oh,
idea.
okay.
I can go gas for him and just like.
Well, why don't you lay
Whisper.
off the gas for a little while, Billy, until we understand it a little bit better?
All right.
What?
Ow.
What? But this is what I
Ow.
do.
I roll my window down. Ow. Ow.
Yes, sir. I was just enjoying listening to your delightful conversation.
Yeah. Right. I take a weeper out and I take one of his grappling hooks and I like put it in the grappling hook. Here. All right. So the plan is you're gonna float over there and you're gonna drop your hook down and you're gonna bump into someone we tell you to bump into. Okay.
Yes, sir. I understand you want me to give it to Hex. I'm not an idiot, sir.
Great. All right. Get on over there.
All right. Hold on.
Well, okay. Hold on.
While
Hold-
you do that, be invisible, like.
Yeah.
and,
Obviously.
and play that recording you played for us earlier.
A masterstroke, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Anything else? No.
I think that's
Very
all,
well.
that's all right.
Hey,
Wait, hold on.
tell her sup. Tell her sup for me.
Yes, Billy. I will tell her sup.
Tell her
I
after the message plays, tell her that an old friend of her, that she promised an old friend a billiards game, and to meet at the. Give me the name of a local bar that
The
I know.
spooking looking van that's right down the street.
I mean,
No. We're gonna meet her at a noisy bar that is not the 8-ball that has a billiards table,
Right.
which is what?
I think you should go to the wait, so you said it wasn't near the 8-ball or is near the 8-ball?
Not near the
Okay.
8-ball.
Then it can't be the
somewhere near here.
Can't be the one that Paragon walked into then.
Yeah.
Let's go with the I'm looking around my desk for things to name it after. The Vegas Sunrise.
The Vegas Sunrise. All right, that's a good one. We'll meet her at the Vegas Sunrise for that game.
Okay.
After you play her that message.
Okay. Yes, sir. And then he floats off in cloaks, and
All right.
you see her walk along, and then stop in response to a sound, bend over and pick up a small black object, and then you can't hear from here what's happening, but I think you'd probably presume that App is delivering the message, and as he's saying it, she starts to look around frantically, like extremely worried, and then she like starts to like jog, but you didn't know she's jogging toward the direction of the bar.
All right, we'll go meet her there.
Okay.
Hey, from a out of character, just thinking perspective,
Okay.
who was the other quarter that helped us? Like we got help from the good side and the bad side. Do y'all remember?
Well, it could be skip, but or it could be negative.
I guess it could be negative.
I mean, I figured
But I'm not sure.
there's probably other people in our crew that are helpful still. I don't know.
One step at a time. Yeah, one step at a
Sorry,
time.
just thinking.
Okay. So I guess you head there. You beat her there because you're driving.
Yep. We're gonna all sit in a booth, all cool like.
Okay. Do you bring?
Or no, we're gonna stand around a pool table, all cool like, because
Okay.
that's what we do.
Just wondering, are you bringing all 5 of you in?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're all kind of a team at this juncture.
I mean, I can go in gas for him.
No, we don't need that.
I feel like you don't want me to use my power anymore.
Well,
I'm
that's
getting
not
this
true,
feeling.
brain fog. It's just that don't want you to overuse it.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
That's our ace in the hole right there.
It's a positive outlook.
All right. So she shows up, 5 minutes later. So that's not too far away. And she walks in and
She recognizes me because I'm always costumeless.
yep. And she sees that the rest of you are in your supervillain costumes inside of a
Oh, are we?
Public-
Yeah, I thought we were still in
public bar.
costumes. Yeah,
And she
I should have.
think-
I really should have gone invisible.
goes,
dude.
Jesus Christ.
I say it's okay through telepathy. I say it's okay. You don't have to be seen with us. We can communicate this way.
And
We really
She-
need to stop freaking
she-
people out.
she
like
actually
that.
just kind of like processes that for a second with just kind of a neutral expression, and then she like very coolly like saunters over to the pool table next to you guys and like picks up a pool cue and racks some balls, and then she says, and because when she says it you can hear her thoughts anyway, she says like, all right, now prove to me that wasn't just a faked recording.
Oh,
I don't know if we can do that.
Huh.
well, you know as much as we know about it. But if you're of our same mind, you're not just going to let something like that go.
No, I'm not going to let go that Intercept and Lacuna and Eyes and Ears are going to kill you and possibly me. No, this doesn't make any sense.
What the heck is a lacuna?
Wait, hold up. Who are Intercept and Lacuna?
Intercept is the information office coordinator over at the PRT headquarters.
Oh well, now you're fucking telling us that. You're holding out on.
Who's Lacuna? Do I know her?
Hex looks over at you like the first time she's actually looked since starting to play pool, and she goes, "Yeah, Tex. I'm sure that's all Intercept is to you. We all know. Okay. Anyway, Lacuna is a new hire. He came in after a Leviathan attack, killed like half of us. Yeah, he's a new guy. I mean, I've worked with him a few times.
Do I remember him being at the Leviathan attack?
No. I mean, he joined since the Leviathan attack.
Okay.
And he's she clarifies. Yeah, he's a ward. He's well, I was going to tell you his power, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to reveal his power to villains.
Hey, we're the good guys now, don't you know?
Like, what would convince you of the message? I mean, I have all of the metadata from the intercept that App got. I could like give that to you, but I don't know how convincing that would be.
I mean, maybe like a good social role.
All right, I'm
Says Heck.
rolling real hard. My social abilities, 5.
She's still skeptical. Actually, she's
Hex.
yeah, she's still skeptical.
Hex. The reason that we sought you out in particular, is not only because we know that you helped us out earlier today and potentially foiled these folks' plans, but we were just at the fortune teller trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And we got a cryptic message that led us to believe that you might be in some trouble from someone.
Well, I appreciate the thought. It's going to take me a while to process everything that went into that sentence that you just said. Yeah, why don't you roll social, Rusty?
6.
Yeah. Okay. She seems like you've kind of won her over with just the level of sincerity to that, and she believes that that's what happened, and she's kind of warming up to your view of things here.
Now, is there anyone over at the PRT that you think we can trust?
I mean, and now she actually seems kind of like sad. She's like, I would have said everyone yesterday, but now if I can't trust Intercept, he was kind of a mentor, and LeCun is kind of a prick, honestly, but I wouldn't have said I couldn't trust him. Eyes and ears, she's always been a gray area, frankly.
Yeah, that's true. What about this Redland character?
Oh, he's a career PRT director. He's a badass. I can't imagine anything that could crack his integrity.
Well, maybe it's worth bringing him onto the fold in all this.
Maybe, but I don't know. I can't make these decisions. I'm a ward. I just want to go home and hide and call in sick tomorrow.
Well, that might be a good idea, or then again, that might just give them the opportunity to pick you off while you're all alone.
Christ.
I think you're safest with me.
Oh my God.
Well, as funny as that might sound, that might actually be the case, Hex. You want to come along with us?
Well, what the hell? I think you've like won her over enough. She's like, if I get in trouble for this, I'll just tell them, you guys were heroes earlier today, so I thought it was allowed, and I'll get off because I'm a kid.
Kind of still heroes a little bit. Kind of gray.
Well, when all this is done, Hex, we're going to be heroes, sure enough.
Okay. I like how you worded that ambiguously, but all right. Let's all right.
Now we got to figure out who helped us from the Court of Darkness.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Well, basically,
Who did we get? So is it help like throughout the entire campaign help, or just on the last thing we did specifically help? I'm not asking the DM. I'm asking our team. I'm asking you guys what you think.
Didn't the Santa guy, the Santa looking guy with his pocket dimension, did he ever actually do anything bad to us?
He took Billy into his pocket.
But he didn't.
He did some crappy stuff to his teammates, right? Because the robot guy and his girlfriend were all being taken advantage of there.
Yeah, that's fair. But I guess did he attack you in his pocket dimension?
No.
He just kind of let you flail around in there, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, totally. I just got the fuck out of it.
You showed him the vision, actually. Showed him the memory.
Oh, yeah. So he did help, right? That's helping.
Wait, what was the memory?
It was his own trigger event where Pit Boss comes into his cell and then betrays him, and then he triggers with a power that lets him have a shaker effect inside closed spaces.
Well, he might be trying to help us.
He seems the least
evil. Let's think of all the bad dudes that have helped us since we started this thing. It's definitely not that Harbinger guy.
If you think about it, we're the bad dudes.
Well, it's I don't think that's how the prophecy works.
I'm not trying to discourage you from talking it out, but all of you kind of already know all of the high rollers are in the same place, and you know that the Jackdaw Sphinx was completely destroyed. So in terms of locations,
those guys are probably
kind of narrow things down, but I'm not trying to terminate your discussion prematurely.
Oh, so now you want us to go to the 8-ball?
I don't want anything.
Yeah, we have help
I don't want
now.
Anything.
You see, it says right here, we got to fight, but it's not our strength that's going to do it.
All right. Well, maybe we should round up some more buddies.
I like some buddies.
You think we could still find
Fugazi? Was that his name?
Yes, Benghazi and Grail.
I think they got the fuck
Did we
out
give
of
him
town.
Did we give Benghazi a tweeper before he left? I don't remember.
I think at this point we can just assume that fucking Metric is
I
handing
try
these
to-
things out.
That
I
everyone
tried to
we've ever
bleep
met has a bleeper.
Fugazi and Grail.
Okay.
Yeah, although I don't know if they'd really help us for no reason.
I'm pretty sure they like rode off into the sunset
They're
together.
they're not really involved in all this.
Yeah, let me Google what the closest town is to Anchorage, Alaska.
Message received.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I guess
It's fine. These things don't work in
should
Alaska anyway.
Go
Nothing works in
to
Alaska.
the 8-ball, boys.
I mean, we could probably call in more PRT big guns, but
Yeah, but the problem is which to trust, right? That's our basic dilemma right
I
now.
guess so. Can we trust everyone here? I like look at everyone for a second.
Totally.
Yeah, probably.
All right, we're a family, so we can trust each other.
Sealed says, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. You.
Hey man, look, I just want a paycheck, and things are crazy right now. I mean,
Hey, actually, you didn't tell any secrets, did you?
yeah, man. Look,
We-
I don't have any secrets. I think what she said was deep, dark, painful secrets. And I mean, I may have secrets. I may have shit I wouldn't tell you guys, but
Yeah.
nothing really bothers
Well,
me.
Look, here's the thing. Snake Eyes left him in there for almost a week before we went around to save him. So I'm thinking Snake Eyes kind of wants him out of the picture just as much as he wants us out of the picture.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna argue with you guys.
I got one important question for you, Sealed.
Yeah.
You ever gotten a kiss from a rose on the grave?
Absolutely.
What
We can trust him.
what's going on here?
think there was a reference just now, but I'm not with the.
His name is Seal.
Yeah, that's not helping.
You're so
from-
old,
It's
Scott.
from the Batman soundtrack.
That's not.
It's from the
That's not
90s.
clear. You're old.
I got it.
All right.
I got it, says Seal.
We're gonna go to the 8-ball, I guess,
Okay.
unless we don't want to do that.
Okay.
I mean, we could go torture Eyes and Ears.
Oh yeah, I did kind of want to do a police action on Eyes and Ears.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of pissed me
She
off.
doesn't really have a power
what's-
either that she can like use offensively.
Gentlemen. What is the end goal in that?
Figure out what the conspiracy is.
Yeah,
She's going to tell
Why
us.
not?
yeah, we would kill her otherwise.
Oh,
Why
I mean,
wouldn't
we
she
wouldn't
tell
have
us?
to go that far, but I mean, we have a lot of tools at our disposal.
Yeah, we can rot her brain out.
I think we should go to the Court
Actually,
of
she
Darkness.
can hear us
where
right
we
now,
will
can't
never
she?
be the
She
same.
can definitely hear us right now.
Probably.
No, we're talking in our minds.
No, we got ourselves cleaned after we visited her. That's the only way
Oh,
she
yeah,
can
you're right.
put the
You're right,
things
you're
on,
right.
right?
Unless she has alternate means of doing that. Oh, we have our.
Yeah.
No, she's the one at the 8-ball. She helped us a lot.
Hex glances over at you with her eyes and says, "What are you guys talking about? Cleaning? What is that?"
Oh, it's just how we get rid of all those pesky surveillance curses you're always putting on us.
Finally, thanks for telling me. If I ever get to be
Yeah.
a hero
It's
again, I'll
awesome.
definitely use that against you.
Well, I
Sweet.
don't know how, because we'll just clean off your dang curses. So just let the adults talk here.
Billy is definitely not an adult.
But I mean, what's her face did help us.
I may be older than you. I may be older than both of you.
I don't think so. I think you'd be in the protectorate if you're older.
Actually,
than
no.
me.
Yeah. I forgot. Chad is actually like 25.
No, he's
Chad.
21. Jeez.
21. Yeah. No,
You're
you're
old
right.
as fuck.
He's still college age. He still has a
def-
chance to go to college. All right.
Let's just say this. Chad should definitely know about the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Actually, Okay, yeah. Yeah, he probably should, but he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Why would? Yeah, but why would Hex come with us to the 8-ball?
So
Because we just told her to?
so she says, "All right, guys. I guess the way I work is I'm a support cape. Okay, I'm not a hitting cape. I'm not a getting hit cape. I don't have any mind powers. I don't have any electricity powers or blasting powers. I just make everybody else better at what they do. And it actually sucks pretty bad because can you think of a less exciting power? Frankly, the most excitement I've had since I joined the wards 2 years ago was when you grabbed me and put a gun in my back.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So,
Wait.
So my point being that I'll go along with you, but and I can help you. I can make you guys a little stronger. But I'm
Well, Hex, let me tell you something that maybe the PRT never told you, because they want to keep you down. But you don't need a power to make a difference in this world. All you need is one of these. And I kind of show my gun a little bit so that no one else in the pool hall can see. We'll pick you up a handgun on the way over there.
Actually, wait, hold on. She definitely can also use an offensive power, can't you? You've definitely used something on me, I'm pretty sure.
No.
You can't make people like unlucky or something?
She takes another pool shot. I don't know. Maybe you're just unlucky.
All right. We go back to my truck, and I open the glove compartment, and I give her a revolver.
Perfect. Okay. Her eyes light up.
You know how to use one of them?
She snaps it open and checks that it's loaded and snaps it closed with a flick of her wrist. Yeah, I spend time at the range.
All right. Well, if anyone gives you trouble, you just shoot him in the face.
Sounds good.
No one will miss any of these boys we're about to run into. All right. You guys ready to rock?
Let's do it.
Guess so.
What are we doing again?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is me and Sealed and Metric are going to walk in there like Metric and I just sprung Sealed out of prison. Like that was the plan all along. And we're going to see if they believe that. Secondly, we're going to go to plan shoot stuff. And if that doesn't work, we'll hope that the fortune teller's prediction of someone else coming to save our butts comes true.
That sounds reasonable. Actually, do you have another gun? App could probably use one.
Yes,
I
please,
don't.
sir.
I mean, we could go buy some at Walmart on the way over if you want. You don't need a license or nothing.
Well, I mean, that's kind of...
Let's go do
All
that.
right,
we're going to go to
let's do that.
Walmart and buy some guns.
Right.
I'm certainly not like the king of plans, but I feel like this plan is bad.
Why is it bad? Well, we have overwhelming power here. And we're going to take him by surprise.
How many bad guys are there?
Look, we've been foretold.
I don't think I actually said how many bad guys there were. And I think that there's 6 people in the room.
Oh, never mind. We're good. Let's do it. Let's get some guns. Let's fuck them up.
All right. We go to Walmart,
Okay.
buy some guns.
All right.
I assume no one asks us any
You're
questions.
still wearing your supervillain costumes.
Of course.
I'm the only one who goes in,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it would have been fine.
since I'm an adult.
Okay.
I'm an adult,
Would
technically.
you like a bag, sir? But for this,
Yes,
For these
please.
4
That'd be very
guns.
helpful.
here you go,
Yep.
sir.
You have any of them bullets that when they hit things, they kind of like explode outward? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Back aisle 2, we have the kind that explode and shoot shrapnel everywhere, and then we have the kind that are armor piercing on the row under those, and then we actually have these kind of like new incendiary ones that are really popular.
Well, that all sounds like a lot of fun, and me and my friends who are looking for a recreational good time at the shooting range would love to try all of these.
All right. That'll be. We'll deal with money later, but that's probably going to be like $4,000.
$6.
$4,000?
I mean, you're buying a bunch of guns. Guns aren't cheap.
They're not very expensive. At Walmart.
Right,
What kind of guns
we'll look
are
into
we
this
getting?
later, and
They're
I'll
probably like a couple
I'll debit
hundred
your
each.
accounts.
All right. We buy some guns. And now we have guns.
Okay.
So that's not...
Nothing
get
can
us in
go
trouble.
wrong. You're just gonna hand a gun to Billy. It's gonna be fine. I eagerly take a gun.
Perfect.
All right. Well, Metric,
Yeah.
shall we?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Billy, you follow us in
Yep.
brain fog mode. And if anyone looks like they're going to, cause any trouble, you just go ahead and take over their brain and so forth.
I get to use my power?
Yes, you do.
Sweet.
In fact, you're the key linchpin of this whole operation, potentially.
I love being the linchpin.
How does it work with the gun, Matt? If it's like in my pocket when I go, then it's just with me?
It depends on how much experimenting Billy's done with his power, but yeah, I mean, basically, I think if you're not carrying like a giant backpack full of stuff, then everything that's on your person will be, breakered out with you.
Okay. So yeah, it's in my pocket.
Okay.
All right. Negative. You with us, bud?
Yeah, I think I can get my head around this thing. I think I know what I need to do.
All right. You be on the ready to pull anyone into your pocket dimension if they get themselves in a pickle.
Okay.
And Sealed, if we could, we'd like to stick everyone down and avoid any sort of bloodshed before we figure out what's all behind this. But if it looks like things need to get hairy, well, then we'll make sure they get hairy.
All right. Sounds fun. That's my thing. That's what I do.
Yep, you're an easygoing guy there. All right. Hex, you just do your thing, and you know what to do
All
if
right.
anyone bothers you.
In fact, I'm taking care of you guys now. You won't feel anything, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I'm sure we will. All righty. Metric and Sealed and I are going to walk in through the front door, all casual-like.
Okay.
I throw open the door and just say, hello, we have returned successfully from our mission with our friend Sealed.
right.
Oh, and App has my gun
Okay.
also.
Um,
It's floating cloaked
so
nearby.
Snake Eyes is actually standing by the bar, and he's actually clinking glasses with Flicker and Helter Skelter. The three of them were like having a toast just as you walked in and gave that little speech. And you see playing pool at the other end of the room are the other three, Rabble, Snooker, and Lightfinger. And when you walk in, they're like, they look up. They're clearly paying a lot of attention to what's going on, but they're also kind of pretending not to. And why don't anybody roll social?
Okay.
Well, I can't do it because I'm.
So
I got a 5.
You sense that they're like really uneasy. You're not exactly, you can't really tell why, but they're just like worried.
Whoa. What's this? Were you all just talking about me?
No. Lightfinger says, no, Tex. We're just, and then Snake Eyes interrupts, and he says, Tex, Metric, Seal, welcome back. How nice to see you. Just strolling into our hideout after spending a day on an unsanctioned mission for the Protectorate. I can't wait to hear your explanation for this one.
Well, unsanctioned, Snake Eyes, I thought that we were always planning on getting our good friend sealed out of the Protectorate, and of course I need an excuse to do so.
Okay, roll social.
1.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I need to roll.
I'm
a
ready
bunch
to
of
fox some
times
brains.
now.
So telepathically, I say, "All right, how violent do we want to be right now? Because I could probably take out at least one person with that pretty quickly here."
Well, if our life is in danger, then we're just gonna start shooting. I guess.
All right, I'll hold that in my back pocket for
So
now.
before anything else happens, like the room actually looked kind of like chaotic and strange when you walked in, because there's like a large amount of tinker stuff that just kind of threw you off. But you finally kind of like your eyes adjust to the light, and you see the big 8x8x8 cube in the middle of the place, and you realize that it's actually like a cage, and inside the cage, so first of all, the cage is like lined with electronics and tinker stuff, and it's like humming faintly and crackling with electricity, and inside the cage is a kind of a Santa Claus looking guy.
Wait, is that familiar?
Poke, I think. Poke
Yeah.
his name? Poke. It's Poke. They got Poke.
Wait, Poke. Wait, he's the pocket
Yeah.
dimension guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, I see we've got ourselves a prisoner. What happened here? What I miss?
Oh, what did you
What I
miss? Well, after you abandoned us with no explanation, we completed your plan, which I suppose I should thank you for, destroying their headquarters, scattering the rest of their gang members, and of course, luckily trapping and capturing Poke. Once you shatter the structure that he's converted into his domain, he reverts back to a flesh and blood man. And of course, Fixer was able to fix up a little cage for him, and so me and my associates here were just toasting our successful takeover of Las Vegas, which I must admit I was sad that you weren't present for, and in fact have lost a tremendous amount of trust with me. I don't know.
Well, you don't have to be like that, Snake Eyes. Seems like we've won all around here today. We got our brother out of the Protectorate. We've taken over the city. And have we lost a man for it? Where's Skip?
He's silent. Did you roll social a second ago, or oh yeah, you said you rolled a 1.
I did. I got a 1.
Anyone else want to try on that one?
Am I just like hanging out, or am I like?
I think you're
can I, like
still
you're-
fogging.
look around for shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
should,
but, like-
you should get ready to brain fuck Snake Eyes.
Okay, I am ready to brain
Rusty,
fuck.
just
Snake
roll
Eyes.
6 times. It'll work better this way. Just roll 6 times for roll social 6
Okay.
times.
All right, 3, 1, 1, 3, 5,
Okay.
4.
You can actually see that like your words are having an effect on all the people in the room. Like this dialogue with Snake Eyes, like everyone's very tense and they're kind of like hanging on your words, and a couple of them are kind of like hanging back. You actually notice specifically that Rabble, who is playing pool with the other guys at the kind of like to your right, is kind of like hunkering back away from things, and Helter Skelter, who was sitting next to Snake Eyes, is kind of like looking skeptically at him in a strange way and then glancing at you.
I'm going to press on with this line. You weren't going to leave sealed in there without getting rescued, were you? The other funny thing was, on our way out, we ran into another friend of ours, Negative. He's a hard man to capture. I wonder what he was doing there.
You ran into Negative. That
sure did.
is very difficult for me to believe. Well,
Oh, and
we
why
all
is
know
that?
Negative's a coward. We you know this, Rusty. You've been around for years. He was dead weight. We are moving forward into the future with a new, streamlined, more effective high rollers. In fact, I think that I don't even know if we are the high rollers anymore. I think that we are Snake Eyes gang.
Ah, well, that's a awfully modest approach to our family that was once held together by trust. You know, Pit Boss always used to say, "Leave
To hell
no
with
man
Pit
behind."
Boss. This is a new era, and it requires a new way of thinking about things. Rusty, I thought we were on the same page. We had this whole talk the other day, and honestly, and he actually seems like he's getting frustrated. You really let me down, Rusty. Sorry, can I clarify? Is the robot in the room with you?
App is like cloaked off to the
Okay.
left. of
Snake
me.
Eyes finally just like he's tired of it. He's just like, all right, enough of this. I didn't want it to have to end this way, but I can see that it's gonna have to be this way. So, men, let's end this. And then
Brain fog now.
Okay, everyone roll initiative. is initiative a thing in this game?
It is now.
Yeah, everyone.
5.
6.
Okay.
1.
There's so
Yeah, I
many
mean-
bad guys here, guys. It's taking so long to roll because there's so many bad guys.
There's only 6.
That's
Also,
a
we
lot.
have guns.
Yes, we do.
Shoot Snake Eyes.
Well,
in
we
the
could
head.
just shoot Poke's cage, and he could probably just domain the room. I'm pretty sure Poke's on our side, but I'd like to figure that out
I don't think I
first.
trust Poke. I don't trust anyone who can trap me in a pocket dimension forever.
I think I'm gonna try and figure out what Poke's doing while we're having this fight.
We already know Poke's an asshole, though.
Wait, why is he an asshole?
Because, yeah, he did some, I don't remember exactly, but Fugazi was telling us about it. And that's why,
Yeah, what does that guy know?
that's why he and Grail escaped. Remember, it made me all sad.
Scott, you're actually first.
I'm the king of rolls that don't matter because now I'm gonna fuck this part up. All right. So I gotta make this guy not want to kill us. I don't know how to throw a memory in there that makes him just be like, "Oh yeah, we're cool now."
I mean, you could try to see if you could talk to Poke. That would be useful.
No, that's not. Now we gotta disable Snake Eyes. Just make him think that
Well, yeah, but I have to put the memory in. Like, I'd love to put a memory that just says, Rusty's excuse was very convincing, but that's not really a
Okay.
memory.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stop you there, because what actually happens is, as soon as you hover over to him, Flicker and Helter Skelter all say he's here, and then they hold their breath.
Shit, guys, it's my only weakness.
it's all right.
Not
They'll
breathing.
suffocate.
And now it's Metric's turn, because they can probably hold their breath for at least one turn of combat.
Oh yeah.
Well, kind of just want to shoot somebody, but I don't know who I want to shoot.
Probably Snake Eyes.
I don't really want to like kill Snake Eyes. I just want to wound him in a way.
I really,
Okay.
I like,
Do that.
I like the getting the dude out of the cage.
I also, that seems like the most non-violent possibly, unless Poke is just gonna kill everyone. But it's kind of like the chaos option, and I like the chaos option. All right,
I mean, he could have killed me, and he did.
all right.
not.
I'm gonna say the following. Here's what I say. All right, is there any reason that I shouldn't just let Poke out right now? because I'm about to let Poke out if you guys don't stop attacking us.
Snake Eyes, at the end of your turn, responds.
Just gonna give him our strategy. It's a great thinking.
Guard Poke's cage. You three. And
Cool.
And Lightfinger, Snooker, and Rabble like start heading that way, but it's combat, so they don't like actually make it there yet. So they're trying to head you off, but like you still have a turn. That was just something you
Okay.
said.
All right.
Free action.
I'm going to have... is everyone okay if I have App shoot the cage?
Like meaning pull on it with his thingies.
No, he's going to shoot the gun I gave him
Oh,
at the
shoot the
cage.
You're just gonna shoot a bar of a cage?
What kind of... It's like a Tinker cage, right? It's got like electronics.
It's got electric-y things on it or something.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty substantial cage, but it's also girded with Tinker stuff that you presume is what's keeping him from like turning this whole room into his domain.
Yeah. Question is, do we want to do that? I want to do that.
It's up to
I
you.
think I'm going to do that.
I think there's not enough time for our characters to discuss, so whatever Metric would do.
Yep, that's what Metric would do.
Yeah, it's probably a good way to conduct
right.
combat, actually.
Yep.
What would Metric do?
He's gonna shoot the cage. We're shooting the cage.
All right. Let's see. I mean, I guess I have to roll for App. App has a character sheet. I'm going to use Dexterity for shooting a gun, and he has no particular advantages there. And because he is a robot, he did not get any benefit from Hex. So let's see what he...
I feel like it's pretty hard to miss a giant metal thing in the middle of the room.
Yeah, it's a pretty good roll. So he shoots, and let's say he was aiming for like something that looked like a power box or a transformer or something, and he hits it and damages it, and it starts like flashing and spewing sparks out, and like you see Poke like start flickering into like a bright light, but he's not completing the transformation because the electricity is still surging through the cage, and it's not quite down yet, but it's definitely damaged and like starting to burn in a way where it's about to like completely be on fire.
Awesome.
And now
I hunker down.
It is okay. And now it is Helter Skelter's turn.
Oh no.
And Helter Skelter swings. So first he tries to run out of the area of your fart smell. That's actually, I think, let's see, he probably spends his whole turn doing that. He just runs like across the room toward Rusty and Metric, which is going to get him out of the fart cloud. And next, it is Lightfinger's turn. And Lightfinger pulls out a throwing knife out of his belt and throws it toward you guys. And it misses hitting any of you, and it sinks into like the wood of the wall near him. And then there's a blue flash of light, and he is now standing right next to you, within striking distance.
The yellow flash.
Well, that didn't take you long. And then blue flash, Daniel.
Blue flash. Sorry, blue flash.
And then, but with a twist, okay? Give me some credit. And then, Snooker blasts at you with a ball of like an orb of multicolored light. He aims at, let's say, probably Rusty, because Rusty's the talkative one. And he nails you right in the chest with his ball of telekinetic light, and follows up by lifting you off the ground and slamming you into the ceiling. And you are going to need to roll guts.
Okay.
Actually, let's see. Yeah, I think you're gonna need to roll guts because he rolled really well on his shot, so I don't think there's any chance you missed it. So just roll guts to see how you do.
Okay, 2.
Yeah, so let's say you take a moderate wound as you just like very heavily smash into the ceiling and then fall back down, a good 10 or 12 feet to the floor.
Okay.
You take like let's say, I don't know, a moderate wound, like maybe your wrist, one of your wrists hurts like real bad, like you're not sure if it's broken. It's definitely at least sprained.
Okay.
And then Snake Eyes makes a move, and he was kind of caught off guard by this like sudden flurry of movement, but he takes a step back, opens his mouth, and says, "Enough!" And now everyone roll 2d6. And tell
Got
me
a
what
3
it
and a
is.
5.
I got a 8.
I got a 10.
2 4s. I don't
6
know
and
if
a
that
4.
matters.
So if you recall, the way Snake Eyes' power works is with his stunning presence, you get two saving rolls. If you pass your wits roll, it means you can still think and speak, and if you pass your guts roll, it means you can still move your body. But if you don't pass your guts roll, but you do pass your wits roll, you can only think and speak. If you pass neither, then you are just like stunned and you're like completely ineffective.
Okay.
So let me figure everyone out real quick. You see Rabble can't move and is just like stock still and swaying. Snooker appears to be able to move and like staggers forward. Lightfinger is also, even though he's like right next to you, he just starts swaying. Flicker, even though he's like standing really close to Snake Eyes, is also stunned. Helter Skelter, stunned. Rainfog, stunned completely and can't think or speak. Metric, you can actually move and think. Rusty, you can speak and think, but you cannot move. And Sealed can also move.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's where we are. And of course, Snake Eyes can move still.
What was mine again? Sorry.
I think you're completely out.
You're completely stunned. No, you don't have a body, so
Yeah.
you're immune, but you're still a cloud. So
Yeah, and guess what you have to do to say things, Snake Eyes? You got to breathe in, son.
Ooh.
he did his best to just exhale when he said the word, but now he has even less oxygen. He probably has. I think on your next turn he'll probably be out of air.
I'm coming for you, fucker.
And of course, App is also not affected.
Right.
It is Brainfog's turn because everyone else whose turn it would have been is stunned, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Oh boy, no pressure or anything. So can I fog him?
Yeah, I mean you gotta make your rolls, but yeah.
Okay. Let me look up this. It's been a while. Look this shit up. I've never done it to this guy before. So do I roll first or do I make up my stuff first?
I mean, you should probably roll first just so you'll know if it's worth it.
Yeah, so I don't have to waste the mind energy to come up with
Right.
this. All right. I got a 4, but I feel like an extremely small edit is not going to save me here.
But you have a hex bonus potentially.
Yeah. You
Do
should
I?
have a +1 from Hex.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to take my +1 from Hex, and I'm going to use a -1 for a bigger edit, which is a 1-minute chunk of time. And then, guys, I don't know a memory that could get
I'm
us out of this
stunned.
situation.
You just have to do whatever Billy would do.
Okay.
What would Billy do?
Fuck. This is not the situation you want to be in. What's the status of the cage on our boy?
The transformer thing is like flaring and spraying sparks and reaching like a crescendo where you feel like something inside it is about to explode within seconds.
Make him.
Sweet.
I don't know if I guess I can still talk. So I'll because I'm not mentally stunned.
Out of character game.
Rusty will say, "Make brain fog quick. Make him believe that the electrical device that we just put that electrical device on the cage to try to free Poke, and that he needs to destroy it in order to keep Poke in there."
It's not really a memory.
Of us putting the electrical stuff on the cage while everyone else was trying to stop us.
I do that.
Okay. And I guess it's de facto succeeds because that's how
Yeah, I got a 3. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Brain fogged.
All of you who are not stunned, get that off the cage. Get it off the cage immediately. Scrape the burning thing off the cage. It's gonna let Poke out. And
didn't we tell him the truth though?
No. Oh wait, what? No, we didn't. No, the electrical thing is what's keeping him from using his power.
So Snooker is like actually the only one who can really respond, and he it's actually not going to be his turn for a second though. So let's see, Metric, it's now your turn because you're the next person who can move. And it would be your turn. Yeah, so it's your turn.
Yeah, so it's sort of going in our favor here, and it seems like we don't really need to let Poke out, but I think Metric would shoot the cage again. So
okay.
I don't know if it's actually going in our favor.
That's
seems
true.
Like
that's you're risk averse, Billy. I like that. All right, now shoot the cage again.
Okay.
That was just Scott talking. I don't think Billy's risk averse.
He misses and his gun jams.
Oh, no.
Because it's a critical failure and it's a gun from Walmart. So
right. Walmart has
damn Walmart guns. How do you know? Do you actually know that to be true?
But yeah, now Sealed's. Well, he didn't get skipped over. It's just that it hadn't gotten to his turn yet. Sealed can move, actually, and he. Let's see. First thing he does, Lightfinger's right next to him, so he just like kind of dives down and like slaps his hand, in that like a streak of like a pale substance exudes from his palm and smears down Lightfinger's leg and onto the floor, and he just does it very deftly and accomplishes what he wanted to do, and then he rushes Snake Eyes, but he doesn't get to him yet. His turn. That's the end of his turn. And next turn it's Snooker, and Snooker finally responds to Snake Eyes' order and fires one of his telekinetic blasts at the cage, and it hits dead on, and you see the cage like rattle and then start to like sway back and forth, and you see like Snooker's kind of like standing there in like a sturdy stance and like glaring at it, clearly exerting telekinetic will on it, and it's like shaking and shaking, and finally after a couple seconds the electronic box on the side like splits and tears off and explodes, and in the course of a handful of seconds the lights dim and the room distorts, seeming to grow very rapidly into a vast open chamber. The doors and the windows all shrink and vanish, and the ceiling rises hundreds of feet, and Poke grows taller and larger and gigantic, and his features transform into those of a hard ivory mask. And
I sure hope this was a good idea, guys.
And he says,
Yeah.
finally, from where I'm sitting, not a single one of you deserves mercy. You all knew what Pitbot
We
was.
fucked up.
You all knew what Pit Boss was, and you were complicit. And those of you that didn't work for Pit Boss, you willingly worked for Snake Eyes, and he's worse. So now is the time for justice. And he waves his hand at the pool tables, and they begin to walk toward you, spitting billiard balls as they go. And you're all going to need to roll. Yeah, let's just
Get
go
a
with
5.
guts.
Double checking.
2.
Okay.
I got 2.
So basically these billiard tables are firing like a hail of shots at everyone in all directions. They're like clearly ambulatory, and the little slot on the side where the balls roll out is like their mouth, and they're shooting the balls out of their mouth at extremely high velocity. So Flicker takes a good solid crack to his like elbow, and he's like really smarting. Lightfinger takes an injury to his like his stomach, and he's staggered but not like particularly damaged, whereas Flicker was actually kind of damaged. Brain Fog and Metric, you both take like a pretty solid bruising hit to like an extremity, but I wouldn't call it catastrophic. It's just something that you're definitely going to feel tomorrow. And sorry, Brain Fog, you're fucking gas. God, your power is so ridiculous. Brain Fog, you're fine as usual. Rusty, it just like misses you entirely. You're fine.
Okay.
Helter Skelter is also fine. Rabble takes a glancing blow to the temple, and he collapses. But he's not dead. He's just kind of stunned. And Sealed, it also completely misses him. Snake Eyes, however, takes a solid thwack to a kneecap, and he screams, and as he's like opening his mouth to scream, a second ball, which is precision aimed at him because he's loathed by Poke, smashes him right in the jaw, and he twists around in the air like a pirouette and slams into the ground, and everyone is broken out of their stunning.
Oh dear. Okay.
Look, the prophecy said there's going to be a battle, but it's not our strength. I think things are going our way.
Well, maybe. Thank you there, Poke. I guess we've all learned our lesson here today. And we all vow to become better men. Isn't that right, boys?
I mean, yeah, we're basically becoming heroes now, right? Have you
Yep.
been watching the news,
We've,
Poke?
We're going to turn our powers toward the forces of good and helping people. And, that includes you, Poke. You seem like a tortured soul.
That's just so compelling to me right now. And as soon as you're all dead, I will be really relieved that none of you are doing any more harm to the world.
Well, this is an unfortunate turn of events.
Flicker starts to make his way toward you guys, but Helter Skelter, who is next to him, takes an attack of opportunity and fucking stabs him in the ribs.
He hurts
collapses.
Flicker?
He does.
Oh. Helter Skelter, whatever differences you may have with us and these fine gentlemen, I think we find ourselves in even greater peril at this juncture, so what the hell, man?
I agree with you. I believe that we are aligned in this, and honestly, look, we've known each other for a long time, Rusty, and I hope that there are no hard feelings after all this is over, but you can't really, blame a man for following the path that's going to get him not murdered. We'll hash this out later, all right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Isn't this the guy that stabbed Skip?
He stabbed Skip, and he just stabbed Flicker for some reason.
Well, Flicker was about to attack us instead of Poke.
Flicker was about to attack us?
Yeah.
Yeah, Flicker was about to attack you, and Helter Skelter stabbed.
Oh, wait, why was Flicker about to... Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Bad.
Flicker's a bad guy.
But there's... Okay, never mind. Alrighty. Well, okay. Well, that's good. Okay, whose turn is it?
It's really hard to keep track of who's on what side.
Yeah. So let's see. Next thing that happens is you see like all of the pool cues rise off of their racks and like turn into elongated javelins that are like aiming towards you, and all of the bottles behind the bar like rise up and grow enormous and then start hurtling toward you. And maybe the smallest thing in the room is you see next to the now giant that is Poke, there's a small shape that appears next to his foot, a small black and white shape, and it's the shape of a man, and that man puts his hand on Poke's foot, and he disappears, and Poke disappears too. And the room snaps back to its normal dimensions.
Wait, who? We don't know who the man was. Who?
It was negative.
Oh, negative. Oh, okay.
He did
brave
it. He did it. He,
Negative
guys,
did it.
he had his moment. I'm so glad
Yes.
I let Poke out.
And then like a second.
Hey, I mean, technically, I let Poke out, right? I mean, right?
And like a second later, negative pops back into the room, and you can tell that like he's like shaking with adrenaline, and he's got like a taser in his hand that's clearly just like been discharged. And Poke is like lying on the floor next to him.
Negative? That was
Negative!
pretty much the coolest thing you ever did.
Yeah.
True.
Thanks, guys. Can't believe it.
You really were brave, buddy.
What's everyone else's status? Is Flicker dead?
He's definitely bleeding out pretty good. The only other guys who were against you are like holding up their hands and backing away, and a couple of them, like Helter Skelter, was already kind of on your side basically. So it seems like you've won this fight. Snake Eyes is lying on the floor with his jaw shattered and just unconscious. And it's just kind of a mess.
Well,
Kind of a mess.
Helter Skelter, where's my friend?
Well, he is up in Snake Eyes' cells. You know the way.
I do.
Why'd you
I
stab
do.
him?
And I take
he-
out
he-
my shotgun and point it at him and say, so why'd you try to kill him?
I was ordered to. Snake Eyes, his whole plan was, he thought you were gunning for the takeover. He was, he's a violent, ruthless, psychopathic man, just like most of us, and made the calculation that with your extremely involved, clever scheming to assassinate the loose cannons, that you were really best just kind of brushed under the rug. He never quite had a handle on you, Rusty. You know, you were Pit Boss's right-hand man for years, and it just could not get through Snake Eye's skull that you wouldn't see it as your natural role to take his place. He always saw you as a threat, and that's how it is.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. And seeing as now that Snake Eyes is out of the picture, I can't have anyone around here who's willing to stab a brother in the back, no matter who ordered it. So here's the deal. I want you to get out of town, and if I see you around here again, well, I'm not going to be so nice next time.
Fuck. I really thought you were about to just shoot him in the face.
No, Rusty has principles.
He looks very like grim, and a lot of his like levity vanishes, and he's like, all right, I'll go. I don't think this is the last you'll see of me, though.
Well, that was the wrong thing to say. I pull the trigger.
He takes a shotgun blast to the abdomen,
All right.
and screams and crumples. Not killed instantly, but lying next to his erstwhile boss, two of them bleeding, with Flicker also bleeding from a horrible wound, and they're all just kind of lying near each other in a interesting little murder scene pattern.
Well, this is a unfortunate situation that could have been completely avoided.
Billy is in gas mode still because
I'm
he's
just
not.
I'm just gonna
fucking
walk
around with
over
any of
them and
this.
go to the cells and try to find Skip.
Okay.
This is the first thing
all
I'm
right,
gonna do anyway.
Yeah. Okay. You actually detect. I mean, you make your way through, and you see there's a lot of like tinker stuff on the doorways, which doesn't like do anything to you.
Interesting.
I don't know if I don't know, maybe if Metric wants to scan it or something.
All right.
So I think what I would do is just shoot each one before I walk
Okay.
through the door, just in case.
Yeah, it's
Okay. Cool. That works.
Hey,
You
hey, Rusty,
In a minute, brain fog.
you okay, buddy?
One
Chick is
minute.
just like standing there watching Helter Skelter bleed out. Just kind of like,
Do I get back to the cells?
okay, yeah. You get back to the cells and like
Skip.
you kind of know you know your way around. Like you know where the keys are kept, and you go back there, and Skip is there, and he's like hanging on to the edge of life. Like no one's treated his injury, and
I stabilized him right before
after the you stabilized him,
after
yeah.
the thing, but he's still in bad shape. Skip,
yeah,
you
he's
okay,
still-
buddy?
Rusty. Oh, thank Christ! Can you get me out of here?
Of course, that's what I'm here for. Unlock the
believe it.
door and try to heal him more.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that would work. Actually, you're just
okay.
gonna have to kind of like shoulder him out of the
Gotcha.
room. Like
I'll do
it's
that.
fine. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So let's say you just like you get him back down the stairs and kind of like all of the gang members who were either fighting against you or sort of half-assed fighting against you are all like not lined up, but they're like clustered together with their kind of their hands up and like they've dropped their weapons, and they're like, Lightfinger says, well, Rusty, what are we doing now?
Well, Lightfinger,